At one point after the winter storm, more than 150,000 Kentuckians who live in eastern Kentucky had lost their power. Ice has crippled the region. The number at 4 o'clock stands at 135,000 still out. For many, it could be a long, cold wait for the lights to come back on. Chris Williams is getting a look at the ice storm's impact along eastern Kentucky.
If you live in a more remote area and don't have power now, it could be a while. That grim reality is facing tens of thousands in eastern Kentucky after a second punch from Mother Nature knocked out the lights.
It's like a bomb went off in some of these places.
State Representative Derek Lewis and his pharmacy workers sent these pictures from Leslie County. Ice was already built up on the lines when round 2 roared in last night, just as Ben warned.
Big problems in eastern Kentucky. Ice where we're expecting that as well, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, some areas even more.
A swath of ice dealt a crushing blow. Of the nearly 150,000 without power in this area right now, 85,000 are serviced by electric cooperatives.
It's one thing is to string a wire back up to a pole after a tree brings us down. It's something else for the pole to have snapped. It's a much longer, arduous process.
The Kentucky Electric Cooperatives have captured images frozen in time from across the region as they race to safely replace splintered poles, restring lines, and clear roads. But what they're experiencing right now reminds many of 2009, a storm that left many in the dark for weeks in our area. And so there's this grim warning.
If you are currently without power, given the extensive, comprehensive damage to the system, it's best to prepare. If you do not have adequate heat or adequate food for the next coming days, I would not cross your fingers and hope it comes back on. I would make plans now to find an alternate place to stay and another source of food.
I think we all have to come together. I know my church reached out to our congregation earlier and invited people to come and stay at the church and get something to eat there. And I think that's really what we need to do going forward, and everybody look out for each other.
Representative Lewis said he and his crew had no choice but to try and brave the weather to get to work. Many of the medically fragile rely upon them to keep their medicine refilled. But officials are asking people who are in that area to stay home if they don't have to go out, because they've had drivers slide into power poles, knocking out the electricity to homes that were unaffected by the storm. Chris Williams, WHAS 11 News.